It's Wednesday, the 18th of June, and that means one thing. It's time for State of Origin footy, Blues or Maroons, whichever way you go. We have 5 jerseys to give out, 5 Origin jerseys based on the top 5 scorers of SmartB Daily Fantasy. So thank you to SmartB for giving out those jerseys. They gave out 5 last game too, and we're going to be building our squad today. I'll give you all my tips, and then we can jump into how to win as well. So it's all free to join, guys. If you jump in, link in the description there. But I do want to shout out a few people. Andrew Rumble for the community, who came first last time with a massive score. He won a free jersey. Hasbullah, Sparky Sam, William Gracewood, and Frost Liam all won jerseys there as well. So good to see a few boys from the community there. And then down the list here, it's like just looking at a list of my mates. So we've got, Joey Alchin from the Ruck Infringement Podcast. You guys might have seen him around. Gun 40's there as well. Aiden's there too. And then down the list, Anthony B. Good man there. The Neff, always around the community. Only Ducky. Sorry if I missed anyone as well, but we dominated this list from the casual athlete group. So I'm hoping we can do it again. Let's win all 5 jerseys. Let's jump into this and let's tear into our teams, guys. Now remember, description, link, it's SmartB Daily Fantasy. Make sure you set it to the free game if you're just starting out, and you can play for free. So first up, we're filling out our back 5. Now remember, guys, in the scoring here, bit of a difference this time around. It is a bonus point for 200 meters plus run and a bonus point for 50 plus tackles. There's also a bonus, so it's 2 points for every 10 meters instead of 1 point for every 10 meters run. And there's a big advantage here for guys who run the ball and have some attacking stats. So I'm pretty biased towards a guy who I think is going to go 200 meters plus. And for me, it means like Dylan Edwards at the top of the list here. We'll just run it based on averages there. So yeah, I guess Burton's floating around there. Brian Torr is a good shout there too. Zach Lomax as well. I think Ponga's a really good chance here. We could look at Holmes potentially if we want to. Latrell Mitchell. And then there's a few other guys here. Maybe Steve Crichton, Hammer. Xavier Coates is actually down the bottom here as well. So from my perspective, I'm going to start with Brian Torr. And I think for him, as much as he wasn't massive in game 1, I think the meters will be there. The meters will be there. He wasn't a bit of a doubt for this game, so do keep that in mind. But I think the meters will be massive for Brian Torr. I think he scores potentially a try in this game. I think the Blues are going to get up. I think it's going to be a close game, though, is my perspective here. And from that perspective, I'm going to go Zach Lomax as well. So the back 2 there for the Blues on the wing spots, I think they'll be really effective. And let's round this out. It's the back 3 for the Blues. Now, I'm a bit biased for the Blues, so I'm going to make an effort today to try and talk about a few Queensland players I think will kill it as well, because my score prediction here is 18-16 for the Blues. So I don't think the Blues are going to run over the Maroons here. I think the Blues win in a close one. I think there's going to be every chance for new captain Cam Munster, Tommy Dearden, these boys to have a shot at winning this game. So I think it will be competitive, but my view is it's Blues central. Now I'm going to take a couple of Queensland options here as well to balance things out. And from my perspective, again, I'm going for that 200 meters plus. I think Kalen Ponga is going to come into this game and he's going to realize that he is playing for his Origin future. So for Kalen Ponga, it's sort of do or die, right? It's sort of a situation where he's got to jump in and he's got to win in this game, really, because if Ponga has an average game again and the Maroons lose, they're going to be a situation where they're looking towards the future. So they've already made the move, bring Dearden in for Daly Cherry Evans. There's every chance that they come through and they go, you know what? Reece Walsh is our next fullback. If Reece Walsh hits a bit of form over the next couple of weeks, he may potentially steal this spot from Ponga. So I think Ponga's going to feel that heat. I think he's going to bring the heat, and I think we're going to see a big game from him. Whether it converts to attacking stats is another question, but my view here is we're going to see a lot of meters run from Ponga, a lot of involvement. Now, down the list here, Matt Burton's a utility. He's 18th man, so I'm not looking at him. Rob Toya is a potential option. If you are betting on the breakout there for Rob Toya, you might jump onto him at this stage. You might just say, you know what? We've seen this guy before. Let's make a bet on this one. And look, I'm not doing it myself. I'm not that much of a Queenslander. I do think Val Holmes is an interesting option. If we're looking at Val potentially, Latrell Mitchell. I'm not going to go too many Blues, so I'm going to leave Latrell out. But if you want Latrell, he has that game-breaking potential. Then Watson, Howarth, Stephen Crichton potentially, the Hammer, Coates. So really, I'm going to try and stick to Queensland here, just to balance my side out. I think Coates is a good shot at scoring a try in this game, but just not a massive fantasy producer. The Hammer can have a breakout. When Queensland get on top, we see Hammer really step up. Val Holmes has done it before in Origin. Rob Toya's there too. I'm going to take the Hammer. Again, it's sort of a similar vein to Ponga here. I think he will be feeling the pressure in this game too. So when we look at Hammer, he had a pretty average game one. And he's had some big games for the Maroons. So I'm not, disparaging his origin form. But game one, he was average. There were people talking about him being dropped and that kind of thing. I think he's going to know that he has to come out and have a big game in this one. And I think there's every chance that he breaks out. So I'll take Hammer here. That's a bit of a speculator. It could be a game changer for me. It could be one that goes big for me, or he could totally destroy my averages. So we'll see how that one goes. Let me know, guys, while you're building your team too. Link is in the description. But if you're going a different way, drop a comment in. Let me know who you're putting in your side. I'm keen to see them. I'll give them a rating from 1 to 10, and then I'll be completely wrong, and you'll end up winning, even though I gave you a 4 out of 10 or something. But the halves here next, and it's Cleary, Munster, Dearden, Luai. Right, so Luai comes in for Mitch Moses this game. I think Luai is a cheeky option, as much as his average is not up there with the other guys. He's historically a 40 average, just not as much of a stat machine as these other guys. Whereas Dearden's a bit lower with the 41 there too. Munster a 54, and Cleary is an 81. So really, when we're looking at Nathan Cleary, I don't think you can have a team without Cleary. I just don't think you can do it. Like the way this game is structured, the reward for run meters in particular, Cleary is a guy who pumps out big run meters as well. So his base is so strong, the attacking stats could be there as well. I think Cleary is a good shout. And then personally, if I was really just building the team, I would consider Luai. For my own team. I might squeeze him into the bench. But again, trying to keep a bit of balance here. It's got to be Munster or Dearden. I think they both have the potential to be massive breakouts. Like I really look at them and I think one of them is going to step up in this game. Queensland was shut down relatively in game one. I think one of these two will step up. And I just think Dearden's not going to allow the game to pass him by. I'm looking at him. I look at the way he approaches the game. And even when the Cowboys are down, for example, you see him throwing himself at it. So I think Dearden is going to make a huge effort to really, really put the team on his back. And I think we're going to see 100 meters plus out of him. I think the fact that he's wearing that halfback jersey could potentially, translate to more kick meters there as well. So I'm going to go Tommy Dearden for a big breakout game, and I might even consider him as a vice captain option just to really step up for me. Now, jumping into the forward pack here, we'll go to the back row, then we go front row, and we've got the interchange spots here. So for my side, I'm jumping into the back row. And we've got a few options here. So Paddy Carrigan's a great shout. We've got Angus Crichton here. But really, if you look at this list, again, looking at the averages. So Carrigan's at that 52 average historically. Crichton's a 51. Hudson Young a 50. Going down the list, it gets down to about a 40 here, down with Connor Watson. And if we jump down to the bottom, it's 39 with Capewell. Mann and Lenu are a bit lower down in those numbers. So we'll start here up the top, and we'll have a look at who we want to jump onto. Carrigan, I think, is a great shout to have a big game. Angus Crichton is a fair shout. Isaiah Yeo is a safe option, but one I might anti-pod potentially. Ruben Cotter, we saw the big tackle count last game. I think we'll see that again. The fact that they've moved away from Bo Firma, very strange decision in my view, but it means that Cotter probably gets a few more minutes even. Then Corey Horsburgh, if he was in the team, I'd really think about it. I think he has a big impact off the bench. Loiero, not someone I'm probably going to jump onto. Nanai, if Queensland are going to go well, it's going to be a bit of Nanai there. And the fact that, his teammate Dearden's in the starting side, that might help him a bit too. So I might consider Nanai. Liam Martin, underrated. It's low average, but I think in an Origin game, he potentially steps up. And then you could take a shot at Capewell. I just think he's a pod for a reason, 0.92% owned. So less than 1% ownership. If you end up buying Capewell, let me know in the comments. I want to know if anyone does do the Capewell move. That would be pretty outrageous, right? So from my side, I'm probably going to jump on Carrigan. I know it's a bit boring. I just think he's a rock solid option. I think if they're going to do anything in this game, it's going to be Carrigan that really steps up. Then I want to choose things. I want to squeeze Nanai in as well. So I'm going to pop Nanai in. I'm going a couple of Queenslanders here because my front row is going to be pretty NSW heavy. Then outside of those two, Crichton, Isaiah Yeo, do I back Liam Martin have a big game? Crichton could be a fun one. Hudson Young has really commanded some minutes, though. Does Angus Crichton play the full 80 minutes? That's the big question here. There's no guarantee he does. I also think the upgrade there, Tommy Dearden comes in. It's going to be very solid defensive halves there. I'll take Isaiah Yeo. I'll go a bit safer here, and then I'll jump into the front row spots. And then we got the bench as well. We can fill out too. So front row, there's no conversation about this one. It's Payne Haas, number one. He is in every iteration of any team that I would ever put together. Man, Keon Kalamatangi. Bit of news there, by the way, if you haven't seen it, he only has a small facial fracture. So there's a chance that he's back this week or next week even. He's a hold for NRL fantasy teams. Now, Big Tino. Big Tino is in most teams, and he's dealing with a sternum issue for this game. Sternum issues are predominantly pain tolerance based. So you would say that, for an Origin game, for a guy as tough as Tino, he's gonna truck through it. But coming into a game with an injury, last game we had about 250 entrants into this competition. I've got to look for someone to anti-pod, someone to hop off that everyone else is jumping onto. And I think Tino might be that shout for me. I might just not go with Tino and potentially just assume that the injury causes some issue, maybe flares up a bit. Maybe they give him a bit more of a rest than they would usually. Like, I'm hoping he's all good, right? I'm not rooting for any injury here, but I think that might be the anti-pod I take. So I'm going to go a different strategy here, not jump on Tino. And that'll mean I have to find some other options to bring into my starting side. Now, if we go down the list here, you've got the hookers. So you've got Harry Grant, Reece Robson, both decent shouts here. Mo Fodawaker, King will get a bigger role this time around. Atoka Manu, Watson off the bench, Collins. I had a look at his pod last time. I mean, Atoka Manu's starting. He's 5.8% owned. That's a big pod there. I could maybe take a shot at him, even grabbing a try or something like that. I'm tempted. I mean, the issue for me is Bellamy's a co-coach of this team, and he's been running Atoka Manu in quite small stints, so the minutes haven't been great. So I think starting here doesn't guarantee him big minutes, whereas Max King potentially does absorb more minutes here. Probably picking one of these two. I'll go Max King. Bit of a pod. King over, Big Tino. I know it's a big gamble for me here. And then Robson or Harry Grant. I mean, the fact that they don't have a great backup hooker in Kurt Mann. I like Kurt Mann. Don't love him as a hooker. So I'm going to take Grant here as well. Then we'll jump into the interchange spots. And, Cam Munster's staring at me. He's staring me down the face. We've got a bit of cash to use, so we can, basically fill it out. Everyone's the same price in this version of the game. Different prices in the other versions. Angus Crichton, I think, is a great shout here as well. Let's fill this out, actually. So I'm going to take a shot at... Do I go Cam Munster? No, I'm going to steer away from Munster as well. I'm going to double up with a bit of an anti-pod here. Everyone's going Munster. He's a great option. I love Munster, by the way. You guys know I have him on my fantasy side. I'll anti-pod Munster. I'll go Crichton. Then I'll go down the list here. I'm not going to take Toya. I don't mind Robson as an option. I'll go Cotter for sure. And then down the list here, Horsburgh, Atoka Manu. I'm tempted by Atoka Manu. I'll go Liam Martin. And then I'll take... Probably I'm going to go either Latrell or Luai. Oh, let's grab Luai here. I'm going to remove Liam Martin. I'm going to take Luai as well. So Latrell and Luai are in the team there. So yeah, I'm grabbing Luai. I just want to go different here, right? So this isn't necessarily the team I am certain will do best. What I'm more looking for is enough anti-pods and pods to give myself a shot at the first spot, because I don't want to come 10th. I don't want to come 15th. I don't want to come 20th. I want to come first, right? First or 200th. That's kind of how I'm playing this game. You can play a bit safer too and try and go for a better rank if you want to. But that's how I'm going at this. So then I need to take a shot at some speculators in terms of captain and vice captain. Now, Cleary is a very safe captain option. It's pretty hard not to jump straight to Cleary. If I took a speculator, it'd probably be one of the wingers or the fullback, I would say. I know. I think I've taken enough pods. I'm going to go Cleary captain, and I'm going to jump vice captain here. I think they will really try to mark up on Zach Lomax. So I'm going to take Brian To'o as the vice captain for myself. And now I'm thinking about it. I might change that, actually. Do I back a Ponga breakout game? Tommy didn't have a big one, potentially. Carrigan, Haas. Oh, this is tricky. I'm going to take Ponga. You know what? Actually, I'm going to change it up. Tom Dearden, vice captain. Let's go. Bit of a speculator. Very, very different to what I would normally do. But I'm I just think Queensland are going to be competitive in this game. I think they're gonna find a way to really be in this game. I think everyone's given up on them a bit too soon, and I'm just thinking about who's going to do it. And I just feel like Dearden might have one of those big games. Like we saw him back in the day when he was in the worst ever Queensland Origin side, and he was absolutely fantastic. So I think he's made a career out of being a bit of an underdog, and he'll show that this time out. So I'll just hit submit team there, and my team's submitted, and I'm sweet. Now, just a reminder, guys, it is 5 Origin jerseys being given out. Top 5 scorers get the Origin jerseys. So Andrew Rubnall last time, shout out to him. He came from the community, came first in that one. But outside of that, if you come in the top 5, you're going to win an Origin jersey, which is pretty sweet. I'm going to try and win one myself. Last time, I was a bit lower down the ranks. You can see 159th. We took a few pods. It didn't quite work out. I'm trying that strategy again. But let me know, guys, if you are playing, drop it in. And who are you captaining and vice captaining? Drop it in the comments. I'll see you guys down there. Otherwise, enjoy your State of Origin footy. Enjoy your night. Have a cracker, guys. See you then.